I'm going to start with a super fun question. And although I've known you a long time, have not known you this long. Who was little Shelley? Who was little Shelley at the age of 5, at the age of 12, at the age of 20? Did you have any idea where you wanted to go with this one wonderful, beautiful life of yours?
It's really interesting that you would ask that because I do tell a story in the book about being 5 years old. And this is as clear as yesterday. My ballet teacher gave me this little book. It's a ballet called Petrushka. And in it, she wrote, to someone a little dancer who I know would be a fabulous success one day. And from that moment, I really believed at age 5, I could be a prima ballerina. And I literally sought out to do that. I danced right through high school. Now, I don't have what it takes to be a dancer, but I certainly had the gumption and desire. And that really taught me to believe that anything I put my mind to, I can really do. And that perseverance is really who little Shelley is and big Shelley is to this day.
I love that. So did you know that when you were young? I mean, maybe not at, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but as you got older, did you realize that was sort of one of your superpowers, one of your qualities, that perseverance? And did you sort of notice, did you just kind of do things, or did you say, look, I got this, I can really push through something or tackle something new? How did that sort of transition for you in your life?
I was always determined, highly determined in anything I was tasked at doing. So that became the challenge. Oh, what else could I do? And I would stick to it until I got really, really good at it. That was just something that always was second nature to me, quite honestly. And it wasn't until really when I was much older that I realized I can turn this into careers. How far can I take it? How can I excel and succeed? What does that top shelf look like before I get bored and moved on? And maybe some of the times I didn't even take it that far. I just took it halfway, but I still did it really, really well before I said, you know what, I want to change. I need another thrill. I need another challenge. So that drive, that determination was always there.
Love that. I mean, look, sometimes it takes that quality alone to get us through some of the most challenging or risky moments when we're pivoting or exploring new careers or reinventing some part of our lives, whether it's the personal, the hobbies, the spiritual, the career, the relationships. Perseverance, and that's sort of the why of it all. Why am I doing this, right? Remembering what it is that is sort of our North Star when we're trying to move on to some next chapter or some evolution of something in our lives.
Absolutely. And it made the transitions seem a little more palatable for me because I went, you and I met. I was at Ringling Brothers. You were
Yep,
contracted with Ringling Brothers.
yep.
I was in the design area. You were doing
I was
PR,
a clown. I'm just
right?
kidding.
Well, I have quite a few friends in that arena.
Oh
No,
yeah, we had a lot of friends who were like clowns, right?
absolutely. And it was
I
so
was
much,
doing PR just for the record. Okay, go on.
right? How much fun was that? I mean, it was really a great, great experience. But from there, my tenure in entertainment, New York theater transitioned into fashion. There was a point where the sequins, the feathers, I needed something else. I wanted just to design a simple brown dress. And, Seventh Avenue came calling. And so those transitions I had that same determination to go in there. So it was interesting. And even to this day, my transitions, my revolution is not that scary. It's once I get in it, then it's like, okay, now what are you going to do? So that jumping
That's
point,
great.
I have the determination. When I'm there, it's like, you better figure this out fast.
That's great. But you know what? I think that probably mirrors so many people's feelings, this whole question of imposter syndrome that people have. I mean, those words should be eliminated from the English vocabulary because everything everybody does when they are striving to step into something new and different, Of course, we'll have shades of that. How do we get there? If we've been there, it's not new, it's not different. If we're striving to become something or step into something new, of course, there's going to be part of it that we haven't yet figured out. It's about when you get into that moment, to your point, and you go, okay, now this is where the perseverance kicks in. I better buckle down, give it all that I've got, and make this work.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because there's a whole chapter in the book about labels. Where would we be without labels? Introvert, extrovert, a title for your job, director, designer, VP. Who are you without those labels? And you're interesting that you asked this question about little 5-year-old Shelley. That really is who I am then and now. There's a thread of that today, even though I've changed in many, many ways. I love how that is really, truly who we are versus the labels that we put ourselves.
Yeah. So let me ask you this then, the labels, do you think that they're limiting? Do you think that they help define us and give us a base from which to function or grow or be? I mean, I'm sure every label is going to probably have a different answer to that question, but what's your general sort of take on that?
In working with clients about being able to step into their greatness when it comes to speaking and presenting in life, it's the labels that are holding them back. It's those beliefs. They're creating these beliefs, the imposter syndrome. I am an introvert, therefore I can't. I'm only a director, therefore I can only do this. It's the labels sort of create these limiting beliefs that many times hold people back. And breaking through that barrier into what is possible, into where you've come from, your journey, your story, you'll see that those labels are just that, holding us back. And to your point, not all of them, but there certainly are quite a few that charge the inner dialogue.
Yeah. And those negative voices in one's head that stop people and limit people, right?
Great news. The conversation continues. When you subscribe, like, and ring the bell, you'll know when a new episode has released. As always, speak remarkably.